Hi everyone, welcome to this episode. We are playing Empire Total War, and this is part of a series that I'm making where we'll play several titles from the historic titles in the Total War series of games. I, for one, really enjoy Total War and have been a big fan of them for a long time. Empire Total War was actually the first game I got that got me into playing Total War games. And firstly, I really enjoy the scale of this game. However, I think there could have been improvements in terms of diplomacy and some of the features in when you're fighting a battle. But otherwise, it was truly one of my favorites starting out. And then I got Total War Shogun 2, and then it just kind of went from there. Medieval 2 Total War, and I'm really excited to play Medieval 3 Total War when that arrives in 2027 or 2028. So we're just going to get started here. We're going to play as, I think, Britain will be the one we'll start off with. So there's multiple campaigns, but we'll start with the World Domination campaign. And I'm just going to keep it on very hard here. We'll just have fun. And I'll kind of give you an idea of what my strategy is for playing this game. But this game is really, just diving into this is really just to honor the fact that we're going to be getting Medieval 3 Total War.
Your first priorities as an
diving
island
into
nation
the nostalgia
should be
of
to
this game.
ensure you have adequate naval defenses in place, as a strong navy is the key to protecting your shores. Beyond that, maintain friendly relations with other Protestant nations, such as the United Provinces, Hanover, Prussia, and Sweden, as the ever-present threats from Catholic France and Spain may require joint action by allies in the near future. In addition to securing your position at home, look to the preservation of your colonies in America and the Caribbean. France and Spain are always interested in expanding their overseas territories, and your colonists will provide easy pickings for less scrupulous nations if left unprotected. There is also much unexploited territory in the Indian subcontinent. Gain a foothold here before your rivals do. The once mighty Mughal Empire is on the verge of falling apart, but it is still important to move swiftly. The up-and-coming Maratha Confederacy is ready to pounce and forge an empire of their own, so allying with them against the Mughals could be a useful strategy. It is especially vital to act in India before the French gain a foothold and begin to work against you as they have in America.
So, contrary to the advice that she gives, I am going to do kind of a different strategy. So, my plan is to pretty much just go for India right off the bat. That is my goal. And then I'm going to do another kind of wild thing. So, from my experience playing this, the 13 colonies gets declared, or the Iroquois nations declare war on the 13 colonies. So, instead of retaining an alliance with them and getting dragged into a war, I cancel that alliance, but I give them all my regions that I hold in North America, and I just let them manage it while I focus on conquering India. So I am, however, going to get this fleet back to Europe because I could use the ships, but what I'm not going to retain are the troops here. So I'm going to disband these guys and these guys, and just primarily my first goal is to conquer the Indian subcontinent. I'm not really worried about my American colonies just yet, but we'll come back around because India is very rich historically and in the game, so I'm going to use it to the best of my advantage. And when I'm dismantling this church here, I'm going to put another university there to kind of speed up our research capabilities.
Still shipshape.
And
Your Majesty.
actually, I'm going to put him there. So, I'm just going to wait a couple turns to kind of get some troops up. But then from there, we'll prepare our assault on the Indian subcontinent. So we're just going to decline that. So I'm just going to decline. I don't want to get dragged into any wars just yet. So I'm kind of radical in that regard, where I don't retain alliances until later on in the game, when they're a little more satisfactory to what I'm trying to do. But instead of taking out the Mughal Empire, I'm going to take out the Marathas first.
Set sail. Destination ahoy.
Because they are the more powerful group. If you leave them unchecked, they will definitely take parts of Europe, and or all of Europe. They will invade, most assuredly. Come on. Alright, we got some new guys. New blood here. Put you there. Okay.
Yes, Your Majesty. Any orders?
I serve God. Resting.
Right. Yeah, the main goal is to take the Indian subcontinent.
Where to, Captain? Awaiting.
Alright, let's keep going. And I think usually I like to declare war on Mysore first. Take them out and use them as kind of my base of operations for invading India. So long as the Marathas haven't taken it.
Aye, aye, sir.
And I'm gonna get a trade fleet built soon.
Immediately.
For now, focus on getting India into the fold here. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to Medieval 3 Total War. And I'm looking forward to most of all in that game is during that time period how they approach the Holy Roman Empire as a faction. In Medieval 2 Total War, it was a very centralized faction, just like other factions in the game. But in real life, the Holy Roman Empire and the Holy Roman Emperor had very little authority in the empire, for the most part, depending on the emperor. But for the most part, that position held very little sway over the empire. So I'm looking forward to how they approach that in the game. So really excited for that coming up. So I'm gonna focus on getting Mysore,
Reef sails.
if that's how you pronounce it. And then we'll use the riches of India to kind of fund our other conquests.
Immediately. Aha! Place of learning and custom. How may I serve? Aha! Place of learning and custom.
Kind of mix and match everything going on here.
Make ready. Set sail. Jump to it and look lively. Prepare the troops for battle. Orders.
Alright.
What further service do you require?
Try and get the populace to convert to Protestantism, because we'll be back for New France soon enough. But I really want to take India. That's so important. Because if you don't undermine the Marathas, they will invade Europe for sure. Alright, so we're going to take these guys out real quick here. In reserve here. All right. Keep the cavalry in reserve there. So we just start pounding away at these guys. Let's see here, are we getting our shots in there? I see we're missing, so we'll just kind of aim our shots there. these guys to cover our flanks here. Leave one in reserve. There we go. Let's see. Good hit. See, I love cannons. That was a good hit. Look at that. That was a very good hit. Alright, now our troops are firing on them. Let's just collapse this. So, we're gonna stop you guys. Alright, we got the elephants fleeing here, which is good. Oh. Friendly fire, friendly fire. Leave none alive. That's my motto. Alright, we got him. So then my plan is after this, just to besiege the city.
Prepare for war, but they hide behind women's skirts.
And just wait it out. One thing I've noticed is in the Empire Total War campaign, if you're not playing as Austria, doesn't matter what faction I play, Austria always gets just consumed by Poland, Lithuania, which was historically a very weak faction by this time, and Prussia. Prussia just steamrolls them, but Prussia was a growing faction at this time, but still, to a degree, somewhat subject to the Holy Roman Empire. But it's just kind of interesting how a very young faction, a very young kingdom historically, and a very weak kingdom historically, in the game are just juggernauts and just totally destroy Austria, which was historically a fairly strong but ethnically divided empire, ethnically and politically.
settlement besieged. Huzzah! Huzzah!
All right. No point in dismantling those buildings. Get rid of this. All right. Come on. Nothing. What you guys? Nope. I just want to trade with people. Nobody wants some good old capitalism there. Alright, well, they already declared war on us. That's just neat.
Victory!
Back you go. Right, I'm gonna spam the militia for that. So let's see if we can. Alright, well, we've got a foothold in India, but let's see if we can retain that foothold. So in the next episode, we'll just work on conquering the Indian subcontinent and hopefully survive the Maratha wave here. So thank you for watching.